Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what's going to be a TVP, but more importantly, a bot versus bot match. That is the beauty of having your own YouTube channel. If you say the wrong word by mistake, it's up to your decision whether you stop and start the video again. And in this case, we're just going to roll with it. Anyway, thanks so much everyone for tuning into these bot matches. I know you guys really enjoy them, and I definitely enjoyed casting them. And so we've got ANIBot, looking to be a little greedy. Artificial no intelligence, it says, taken on Octopus V3. Octopus, a bot I believe I cast that did some weird cheeses, played Terran and Protoss. No, I'm probably thinking of Xenobot. Pardon me. Anyway, so ANIBot taking on Octopus. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoy these videos, hit that like button. Take a look at how many likes it's at right now. Take a look at it. And add one more, if you'd be so kind. Leave a like for my good luck on my first aid tests tomorrow. I've been doing that course. That's definitely an interesting one. But yeah, let's take a look here as this game is starting on out. We've got a Gateway and a Cybercore for Octopus, so going for double gate Cybercore, kind of a cheesy Protoss build. If you guys are on the ladder and you see a Protoss doing this, you know some cheese is coming your way as a Terran. It's probably a good idea to build a bunker to batten down the hatches. ANIBot is saying, is this enough command centers at this point? As it throws up a third CC on location. Unheard levels of greed for a Terran bot. For a Terran bot, ANIBot's setting the precedent. For a Terran, this isn't something you do too often. Third base, you can go for it early. Third base on location, kind of unheard of, very rare, very greedy. With 2 Marines to defend against a Protoss that is going for all-out one-base aggression. And so the clock is going to be ticking. Can ANIBot get benefit from these quick 3 command centers before it dies? And it's all going to be about how efficient is Octopus at going for aggression. Like, we see a lot, bots sometimes aren't always the most efficient when it comes to attacking. Like, you know, AI can sort of chase like one SCV across the map at times. Tunnel vision, that sort of thing. And we're gonna see whether Octopus can shut it down, because it definitely will be on a timer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon if you haven't, so you get notified whenever I put up a new video. Or post like a tournament announcement. We do that a fair bit. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And if you do want to support the channel, consider becoming one of the 8 or... I think we're at 9 YouTube members. Aiming for 10. You can press that join button or use the join link down below, because that is a great way to support the channel. And so, we will see where this is going. Stalkers warping on in. Octopus really is taking its time before going for this attack. Just a 1-base blink. Which isn't too common. Usually Protoss prefers 2 bases, but it's still going to hit hard, but it's going to have to get a lot of damage done here, as ANI is making 3 times the workers of Octopus. Well, actually a lot more than 3 times, as Octopus has just said, nope, I got enough probes. And ANIBot, yeah, making a lot of SCVs. This is potential, a lot of fodder for the Terran force. We see a Marauder on the way out now for the Terran, making a Marine. Stim pack on the way. And ANIBot could do very well from this. We shall see. eBay on the way, Stim on the way. Octopus should be moving out for the attack pretty darn soon. But it is taking its sweet time. It's sending out a probe to this base, interestingly enough. I don't know what that's about. Okay, attacking. Army value 1340 versus 0. I don't know what the fit means, to be honest. It's easy to say, though, that your opponent has 0 army supply when you haven't scouted once. So that's a bit interesting. I assume it will recalculate. as it said that again. So we'll see. In go the Stalkers. It's going to be against Bio. No stim yet. Definitely more army supply for the Protoss bot, but definitely high expectations. These Stalkers just blink right on in. Interesting calculation there going down, but definitely worked out. That's some good aggression I like to see programmed. We see a few Marines moving out to the right side for ANIBot, but pretty much all those units are now dead, and the aggression has begun. There's a hallucinated Warp Prism with a couple of sentries, not an actual Warp Prism, and a follow-up does start for Octopus, so there is a world in which it gets just a bit of damage done. There's a world which it kills its opponent, as its army value calculation is definitely a lot higher. And with the Stalkers getting on the production, I don't know if we're going to see an SCV pull from ANIBot. That's some pretty fine programming it will require. So unless Octopus goes for a bit of an odd retreat, I think ANIBot is in a lot of trouble. SCVs all over the place. Yeah, SCVs are running, but this is why we do not see triple command center from Terran bots. If ANIBot's going to win this one, it's going to be a miracle. It's building 2 Stargates at a time, but the production of that has been canceled. Its third base is floating over to the right side. It's building another command center. It says 6-minute mark. Time for another command center. I don't care what's going on. My house is burning down. Build another one. We do see a siege tank. Oh my gosh, that tank survived for ANIBot. That might just be what it needs to secure its main base. Production is kind of rallying around that. That's good to see. I mean, the damage has been done, though. It's down to 18 workers. It's going to be looking at potential 4 command centers to hold this off. Siege tank shooting away as well. Really the anchor point for the Terran. As, yeah, it looks like ANIBot will hold on. It's floating this burning base towards the left side. We'll see if that ever gets repaired or not. There is another tank out, actually, and it looks like that ANIBot has held on. I wasn't sure whether that was going to happen or not. I was definitely wondering. Mule drops. Is the Mule going to repair the command center? No, but perhaps the SCV that gets produced will. Otherwise, we'll see if ANIBot is lacking some basic Terran repair functionality. Now, Octopus behind this did get up another Nexus. It did research Charge. Charge lots could swamp these siege tanks potentially, but programming the lethality, it's pretty darn difficult. And SCV is repairing that command center, so interestingly enough for ANIBot, the SCVs are programmed to repair the CC. The Mules are not. Looks like Octopus is going for another attack after doing an army value calculation. I feel like this attack may be abandoned pretty soon, as it's literally just got like a sentry moving forward, a stalker that just got deleted. Looks like it just recalled something too. I don't know what that was. Did it recall its hallucinated warp prism? I believe it did. There is that retreat getting commented on there by Octopus. Big fan of the bots that let us know what's going on. With the kind of mass exodus of ANIBot's command centers flying over the map, it's now got pretty much... It's got a good chunk of its side of the map secure. I wonder if it'll ever build one in its main base or not. Again, it's now making a Cyclone, just continuing to pump out units. It's kind of like the... Was it the... No, it was called the Scattering in Dune. That's what I'm talking about. I believe anyway. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, we see SCVs being produced. That's got to be one of the nicest things about programming a bot. Or being a bot, I don't know. It's the fact that you can just produce SCVs at every command center. If you're a StarCraft 2 player, and you're on like 5 bases, and you're like, right, I need SCVs at one of these bases to saturate it, or workers. It's applicable to pretty much all the races. Less so for... No, I'd say for all of them. It's kind of difficult to be like, right, just select this one command center and make SCVs, or I can make SCVs at all the command centers and move them over to resaturate that base. Kind of becomes a lot of work you don't want to be doing in the late game. Interestingly enough, we've got armor started for ANIBot. No attack, but still got more upgrades going than Octopus, which is just getting its +1. Still on 2 bases, long distance mining towards its 3rd. I don't know if it's mining as optimal as it can. It's just got the 12 out of 16 workers, which is where it starts to peter off as far as worker values go, which I think is actually like are technically around 20, no, 18. 18 to 20 is where it really starts to peter off. 24 is where you don't see any more mining efficiency at all. Anyway, we now see mules being dropped by that plethora of command centers. Really, it's just 4, but it's quite a lot. We see a third base going up for Octopus, and the game that started out with one big push stabilizes. The ANIBot is in the lead, though. No surprise there. With its much higher production, the siege tanks could be worth their weight in gold. Another forge is on the way for Octopus. I'm not sure what it's waiting for here. It is doing an army value calculation, but it's playing without a lot of that information as we take a look here. And I don't know how it's getting its calculation wrong, because it's saying army value 2508, unless that's just like a weight system, which it very well could be. But it's definitely not an accurate resource description. But now we see spending lock for expansion, end of spending lock for expansion. Wonder what that's about. Oh, okay, so it stops spending money. Then it says, okay, get the expansion up, start spending money again. Probably queues up the base, does it? No, it doesn't. So it gets the other base up, then it starts spending money again, but it didn't actually get another base going. Unless it's already talking about this third base here, but it had already started that, so that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But anyway, we see ANIBot saying, making more tech buildings, which includes apparently an armory, a factory, as it's producing a Thor. It's got 3 Vikings, 3 Cyclones, 4 tanks, 2 Marauders, and now a Thor, soon to be a second Thor. And I gotta say, the Terran's army is looking pretty fierce. It got mag field accelerator for these Cyclones. These bot games are played on an older patch of Starcraft 2. Won't be updated unless we get an updated version of Starcraft, of the Starcraft 2 botting mod, which I believe is now 2 patches behind. Don't quote me on that. We'll see if we ever get that. A random scan goes down. Not sure what that's about. Maybe it was having a hard time placing a command center, potentially, or just wanted to make sure that was clear. Or it was that hallucination. Anyway, we now see ANIBot moving in, mainly just its siege tanks. There's only like 2 zealots, but they do pretty good at swamping those siege tanks. Cyclone locks on, almost kills off the warp prism, does not quite. Gonna have to get out of here. That prism probably won't live too long, though, as those Vikings are in the sky. We see Octopus saying it's gonna expand again. It actually does there. We're seeing ANIBot saying brewing Yamato juice, so battle cruisers are potentially going to be on the way for the ANIBot. It's definitely got the economy to support it. Marines are stimming into a Colossus. That's not too good for the Marines, but the Vikings should deal with that no problem at all. Stalkers winning on the front. Vikings don't kill the Colossus before they retreat, as the attack for ANIBot does not work out. However, it is still getting up a lot of upgrades, still producing a lot of stuff, getting up more and more bases. Never will secure its main base again, funnily enough, as it does just build an armory there. It says that's close enough to a command center. A couple of Thors out on the map just massacring probes. These 2 big boys have got 1/1 upgrades, so they might do pretty good for themselves, all the while Octopus is distracted out on the map. And this is a great game of StarCraft 2. Between these bots we're seeing Disruptors there won't kill Thors in 1 shot, that's for sure. 3 shots to kill a Thor. Ravens flying forward, a couple medivacs coming on in. I wonder if ANIBot has got Thor saving behavior. Interference matrix hits that Colossus. Really the only defense for the Protoss there at the minute, as it's really going hard on the offensive. Good battle cruiser teleport saves that unit. Stalkers, though, are pushing away on this base, but we do see 2 siege tanks siege up. Stalkers blink forward. Target down one of them. Another tank is shelling away, though. Stalkers kind of blinking forward. Definitely some unique blink behavior from Octopus, as it does force that 1 base off, which elects to just seemingly fly to a free base whenever ANIBot has got a base under attack. Seems to work. All the while, these Thors have been pushing, and the defense is not really there for the Protoss, as they killed that base, knocking the Protoss bot down to 3 bases, really 2 effective mining bases. Stalkers, well, Sentry's now doing a bit of work. The Stalkers are not getting too much efficiency. The Terran's getting more and more upgrades going. Battle cruiser, Yamato cannons, the Stalker. And I think ANIBot's greed is going to work out, as these Thors are uncontested, And I will say, very good attacking behavior from ANIBot, seemingly assigning some units to attack while assigning the rest to defend. Pooling some units that it's natural for defense. I believe this is unintentional, though, as these Thors are just straight up stuck here. So, ANIBot may need a bit of work there. BCs can just teleport home when they're injured, but I do think that Octopus's lack of all defense or partial defense is gonna cost us this game, as we see these Thors 35 kills and 33 kills. Massacring probes. Sentry wanders back, and yeah, Octopus just bleeding everything out. I think that's gonna be game. Well played by both these bots. Great to see them. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast, as of course ANIBot trying to take yet another base. Why am I not surprised? I do wonder if it can take a base that it's already secured. I do look though, and it can. It just didn't retake its main for some reason. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the Discord, consider becoming a YouTube member. I think that's just about the whole spiel. Yeah. That is gonna be it, as these two clutch Thors clean it up. A couple battle cruisers coming on in. Thors are like, oh, we don't need any help. We took down that entire Protoss base. Now you guys are coming in to steal our glory. And that is gonna be that. Oh wait.